Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new topic in physics given in chapter 3, and the topic is pressure. But in order to understand pressure, you should first know what is thrust. And thrust is the force acting normally on the surface. We can write thrust as force acting normally on the surface is called a thrust. And because thrust is a force, so we can say the unit of or the SI unit of thrust is Newton. And we have some more relation between different units of thrust, that is 1 kgf can be equal to nearly 10 Newton. We can also write 1 kgf is equal to 1000 gf. Let us now come to the effect of force. So we have effect of thrust. So effect of thrust depends on the area on which the thrust acts, that area on which the force acts. For example, if I am standing on the surface, I am causing some effect on the surface, and that effect depends on the area on which the force is acting. And it is found that smaller the area on which the thrust or the force acts, larger is the effect of the thrust. Same way, if the area is more on which the thrust acts, in that case the effect of the thrust will be very less. For example, if you stand on the sand, you find that your feet sink deeply into the sand. But when you lie on the sand, your body does not sink so much into the sand. The reason is the area of the contact only. You can see here, if we take this as an example where you are standing on the sand, we have very small area to cover in the sand. So area of contact is very less. This suppose is the area of contact. So the effect of thrust will be very large, and you will find yourself sinking more into the sand. But when we are lying on the sand, then you can see that the area of the contact is very large. In that case, the effect of thrust will be very less, and so the body does not sink much into the sand. So we can say that effect of thrust is expressed in terms of a quantity, and that quantity is called pressure. So pressure is a kind of effect of thrust acting on the surface. So pressure can be defined now as the force acting per unit area. We can write pressure is equal to force upon area. We can also write this force equal to thrust. Since we are talking about a perpendicular force, so we can write pressure equal to thrust upon area. There is no harm in writing force by area also. In short, we can write P is equal to F by A, where F is the force or the thrust and A is the area. Coming to the units of pressure, SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. And how has this unit come? You can see force unit is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square. So combining this Newton and meter square, we get the unit of pressure which is equal to Newton per meter square, and this is called Pascal. So we can define Pascal as 1 Pascal is the force of 1 Newton acting on the surface of 1 meter square. That is, when 1 Newton of force acts on the surface area of 1 meter square, then the pressure exerted on that surface will be equal to 1 Pascal. We have some other units also. We have one unit called atmosphere, and 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 millimeter of mercury column. More you will study about this in class 9, and 1 atmosphere can also be written equal to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. The symbol of Pascal is PA. You can see we have one more unit for pressure, though we have other units also, but these are the two main units. SI unit is Pascal, which can also be written as Newton per meter square, and the other unit is atmosphere, which is equal to 760 millimeter of height of mercury, or it can also be equal to almost 10 to the power 5 Pascal. So next is factors affecting pressure. As we have already seen, pressure is equal to force upon area, which means pressure depends on two factors, and the factors are the magnitude of the thrust acting on the surface. You can see this is the thrust or the force acting on the surface. Pressure depends on this force, and at the same time pressure also depends on area of the surface on which the thrust acts. And it is found that pressure is directly proportional to the magnitude of force and inversely proportional to the area on which the thrust acts. That is, when the force is more, when more force is exerted on the surface, then the pressure exerted will also be more. Whereas if the area is less or smaller the area on which the force acts, on which the thrust acts, larger will be the pressure exerted on it. So these are the two factors on which the pressure acts. Let us see examples on these two. Suppose we have a surface of area 10 meters square, in which the force acting is 5 Newton. Then pressure in this case becomes force upon area, that is 5 by 10, which is equal to 0.5 Newton per meter square. But when we decrease the area, then let us see what pressure will be acting upon. Suppose area now is, instead of 10, if you take 5 meters square of area, whereas the force remaining the same, force is 5 Newton only. In this case, the pressure will be force upon area, that is 5 upon 5, which is equal to 1 Newton per meter square. Now you can compare the two pressure. In the first case, when the area was more, you can compare the pressure with the second case where the pressure becomes less. In second case, you can see area is less compared to the first area. So in this case, we find pressure becoming more. So smaller the area, larger is the pressure, larger is the effect of the thrust. So with this we can conclude this part. Tomorrow we are going to see some more examples related to pressure, and then we can come to know clearly how does pressure depends on force and the area. So your homework for today will be to read the 2 pages what I have taught you, and also learn definitions of pressure along with its units. Thank you.